Roger Bentley. I coordinate the Rucksack project Grimsby Cleethorpes in Lincolnshire. It's a beautifully set up system that's been operating now locally for 2 years. And what we do basically is we rely on the local community to help us through donations to provide as much assistance as we can to the people who are vulnerable around the local area. We don't have a massive street sleeping homeless situation around here. Most people we have is around about 8 to 10 generally, but there are literally hundreds of people at the Salvation Army, based at the YMCA, Women's Refuge, loads and loads of hidden people who sofa surf who the world just doesn't see, but we do.
Well, I've done the Rucksack project for about 3 years on my own originally, so it was because I'm involved in so many other projects with the homeless. I always have rucksacks on my van. It's the main thing we keep: rucksacks, sleeping bags, things like that. But the team wanted to get together and some friends and do it, like a bit, a full-time thing. So I sort of come on board to help, to distribute where we're going to go and, where to send them all, really.
Got involved in this a couple of years ago when somebody asked me to make up a rucksack for this bizarre little thing I'd seen on the internet. I thought, yeah, I'll do that. And I read about it and I was absolutely blown away by what I read. I was totally inspired by the fact that people could come together and assist. And I was a bit devastated really, because when I looked on the website there was no little mark on Grimsby. There was work being done in Hull, there was work being done in Scunthorpe and Lincoln, but there was this massive gaping area. So I contacted them and I said, look, I'll help somebody else run it because there's bound to be applications for this place, and there wasn't. So we just decided to do it. And in 2014, with the help of the Waltham Royal British Legion, we got together 68 rucksacks and we got them donated to Harbour Place and to the Salvation Army, which was a great start.
It was fantastic to join so many supporters of the Rucksack project down on Corporation Bridge in Grimsby earlier this morning. They're doing a huge amount of work that directly helps the most vulnerable people in the community, and I think that for me it's about highlighting the issue of homelessness, which is becoming more prevalent. We're seeing more people on our streets who are struggling, and I think that that's for a variety of issues. I think that there are issues around sanctions for people who are reliant on benefits. I think that there's a lack of support for people with mental health problems. I think that some people who have got some low-level learning disabilities fall foul of a system that is really bureaucratic and they struggle to understand, so they fall foul of it as well. Sanctions, of course, mean that people don't have as much money. It means that they can't pay their rent and unfortunately end up on the streets. And we've got a lot of support agencies in Grimsby that do a lot to support people in difficulty, but they can't do everything. And when the weather is cold, people do need things like the hats and the scarves and the gloves that the Rucksack project we're collecting this morning and will be distributing to people in Grimsby.
It was meant to be an annual thing, but times change, people's jobs change, and I was based in London and I actually didn't believe I could run it this year, but I was contacted by a lady anonymously who said, do you want a hand? And I thought, Roger, realise, use other people, get other people to help you. And I've got this amazing team together of people who put their heart and soul into what we do, and with the help of the Grimsby Cleethorpes and Lincolnshire Public, we managed to create 302 rucksacks this year. We also managed to kit out the Women's Refuge with presents and with a new toy room, and we're doing so much work at feeding vulnerable people. So it's here, and the best thing about it is we're free. There's no money involved. It's purely done on a donation basis.